Here's some big celebrity downfalls that no one saw coming. Blake Lively's downfall started when Justin Baldoni started a massive smear campaign against her. Blake Lively made headlines across the globe when she alleged in legal paperwork that her It Ends With Us co-star Justin Baldoni did things to her throughout the making of the movie and then went on to engineer a smear campaign against her. Since the filing, the fallout for Justin has seen the actor, who also directed in the film adaptation of Colleen Hoover's book, dropped by WME talent agency, parted ways with his podcast partner, and seen his Voices of Solidarity award rescinded by the Vital Voices organization. Insiders have revealed to DailyMail.com that the actor may need to prepare for further legal action from Blake as she seeks justice over the alleged multi-tiered plan to ruin her reputation. A source close to Blake exclusively explained that there are more lawsuits to come, saying that this is just the tip of the iceberg. So apparently, according to Blake's lawsuit, Justin did some pretty messed up stuff. I can't really repeat what happened here, but he was apparently showing photos and videos of personal stuff. He was asking her personal questions about her and Ryan Reynolds. This is just the beginning of the things he was accused of. Of course, he's denying everything, but we won't really know until court takes place. Before this, everyone was coming after Blake, and apparently it was because of this smear campaign. Blake experienced the biggest reputational hit of her career. She was branded tone deaf, hard to work with, many other things that I can't repeat here, and sales of her new hair care line plummeted. If what Justin is being accused of is true, I really hope he goes down hard. So we all know what happened with P. Diddy when it comes to celebrity downfalls. I feel like this one is probably the most spectacular in all of history. Rumors of P. Diddy's shadiness has been circulating for years, but all of it started to come to light when his ex Cassie Ventura came out with a lawsuit against him because Cassie had the bravery to come forward. It also gave courage to so many other people that Diddy did dirty. Now he's in a jail that many people say is one of the hardest in the States, hopefully for the rest of his days. He is a living joke at this moment, with over 1,000 bottles of baby oil found at his place and video proof of everything he did. J-Lo and Ben Affleck, they called it quits in August 2024, ending their much-hyped reunion and marriage. J-Lo even asked to change her name back to Jennifer Lynn Lopez in the divorce papers, showing that she's done with the whole Bennifer thing. The big oops? They didn't sign a prenup before their 2022 wedding, so all the money they made during their 2-year marriage is up for grabs and will be split 50-50 under California law. This is J-Lo's 4th failed marriage and Ben's 2nd. J-Lo, a total powerhouse with a reported net worth of $400 million, did not slow down during their marriage. She released 4 films, including one she paid for herself. She even launched a cocktail line. She did, however, cancel a world tour to focus on family, a decision that probably raised some eyebrows. With no prenup and a ton of money involved, this divorce is going to be messy. The media and fans will definitely be watching closely as 2 major stars battle it out in what's sure to be a dramatic Hollywood split. Oscar winner Ben, who has a reported net worth of $150 million, has recently starred in the films Air and Hypnotic. He also recently wrapped production on a sequel to 2016's The Accountant. To further complicate things, the former couple worked on the upcoming film Unstoppable. J-Lo is not seeking spousal support, and she asked the judge to also deny it for Ben. J-Lo shares twins Max and Emmy with her ex-husband Mark Anthony, while Ben shares 3 children with his ex-wife Jennifer Garner, Violet, Serafina, and Samuel. But the way they spend their time with the kids divided them, it was claimed. The divorce filing came exactly 2 years after the couple's extravagant second wedding in Georgia, which apparently J-Lo did to make a statement. They were just 2 different people who couldn't make it work due to incompatibility. But what's even more embarrassing for J-Lo is that there are rumors that Ben is trying hard to win his ex Jennifer Garner back, and that it was always something J-Lo spoke about. Jennifer Garner is such a good woman. It would be really messy if she decided to take Ben back, but hopefully she's smarter than that. Meghan Markle, who married Prince Harry in 2018, made quite the impression when she joined the royal family and quickly gained a lot of loyal supporters. But her one early mistake led to her downfall. The Duchess of Sussex's one decision in 2019 didn't go down well with many, according to an expert. Meghan's visit to working ladies and messages on bananas for them, which included notes such as "Be strong" and "You are loved," were branded offensive by some royal commentator. Liz Jones has now slammed the move as tone deaf. It was Bananagate when Meghan, still working royal, visited them in Bristol, scrawling positive mantras on fruit, she said. She, in talks with the Daily Mail, added, "Was she signing her autograph? These women are not loved. They are not special." The expert continued, "I'd have more admiration if, when she's finished doing up that cottage in Windsor, she were to open its doors as a refugee instead. That would show these women that they are loved. That would prove that they're special. Meghan reportedly made the decision to write the kind messages when she met with someone at a charity helping working ladies get off the streets. As the food bags were being prepared, the Duchess said, "Oh, actually, do you have a Sharpie marker? I have an idea. I saw this project this woman had started somewhere in the States on a school lunch program." On each of the bananas, she wrote an affirmation to make the kids feel really, empowered. It was the most incredible idea, this small gesture. However, one worker slammed the idea as really dumb. Speaking to The Sun at the time, she said, "People out here struggle to eat and sleep, and she gifts us some words on a piece of fruit. She has all the means to help us more than that. It's weird, you know?" So my personal opinion, I disagree. A small gesture of kindness is better than none at all. Also, maybe she didn't want to open her home to random strangers. And I'm sure these people complaining haven't done the charity that Meghan has. Some royal commentators have urged Meghan and Harry to avoid messing with the royal family in order to thrive and be successful. When it comes to Meghan and Harry, yes, they get a lot of flack in the media, but I also think it's pretty great that they keep going regardless. Everyone is ignoring Kim Kardashian on social media.
It's now becoming a trend to ignore popular celebrities. People like JoJo Siwa, Jack Dougherty, and Kim Kardashian have all gotten targeted with this trend.
Is Kim Kardashian really quitting social media for good? Fans are in shock.
Basically, this is a new trend. Everyone has decided that they wanted to start the trend of just ignoring everything that Kim does and posts. And because of this, all of her platforms took a massive dip in engagement. So basically, a bunch of social media users started a campaign to ignore Kim Kardashian and also a bunch of other celebrities.
Lately, it's become a trend on TikTok to ignore pretty much every single celebrity and influencer to the point where they get 0 likes on their posts.
It's been a rough year for a couple celebrities, with many fans online saying they've had it with Hollywood. But it hasn't seemed to have much real impact on them, their businesses, or their influence in culture and media. But this new social media campaign, however, is making a big impact on celebrities and the engagement they get on their posts. The trend started on TikTok, and at first it seemed to have moved to Kim Kardashian after first starting with a focus on JoJo Siwa. The trend appeared to have begun after a creator known as Anita posted a video with an on-screen text reading, "Bruh, imagine if we all started ignoring celebrities, like how hilarious would it be if they posted and got like 13 likes?" It's causing a lot of talk about online activity and whether these trends are ethical. People are even wondering if it's astroturfing, which is a sneaky tactic to make something seem like a real grassroots movement. It's not clear why people are doing this trend or why they're choosing this specific celebs. If it's actually a coordinated campaign, it raises questions about what the people behind it are trying to do. Are they trying to hurt the reputation of these celebrities? Is there something else going on? The potential impact is huge because it can affect how the public sees these celebs and even have financial consequences. The whole thing shows how powerful social media is. It highlights how important it is to think critically and be media literate in the digital age. Users need to be careful and question the authenticity of online trends and the motivations behind them. Being constantly bombarded with mentions can be overwhelming and intrusive, potentially affecting their mental health. It's important to consider the human cost of these trends and the responsibility of both the platforms and its users in preventing harmful practices. It's crucial for both users and platforms to work together to prevent the harmful effects of such trends and ensure a safe and positive online environment for everyone. After starting with JoJo Siwa, the campaign quickly moved to Kim Kardashian, and the impact has been literally terrible. In the words of one creator who commented on the trend, referencing Kim Kardashian's latest TikTok post announcing her collaboration with clothing brand North Face.
This collab has been years in the making. I'm obsessed with North Face.
As of this video, the video has nearly 5 million views, but less than 100,000 likes and 3,000 comments. Bad numbers, especially for a celebrity of her stature. It's important to remember that for celebrities, social media is a business. Nowadays, it's often more lucrative than their actual creative adventures. So these numbers matter. The rule of thumb for social engagement to likes ratio on TikTok is 1 like for every 10 views, 1 comment for every 100 views. By that metric, Kim's North Face video should have had at least 500,000 likes and 50,000 comments, orders of magnitude more than she got. Her second most recent video did even worse. More than 10 million views, but only about 65,000 likes and 4,000 comments. Videos by Lizzo and JoJo Siwa, which also have been targeted by the campaign, have had similar results, with Siwa's being the most pronounced. Her latest video has more than 43 million views as of this writing, with about 90,000 likes and nearly 19,000 comments. It's certainly no secret that the past few years have been a lot more uphill for the Kardashian clan than before. Their Hulu show, The Kardashians, which launched in 2022, has garnered huge viewership. but it has never matched the influence of Keeping Up with the Kardashians. Even in subreddits run by the clan's biggest fans, expressions of frustration and boredom with the family's antics are a regular occurrence. JoJo and Lizzo too have proven divisive, the former for her over-the-top persona and the latter for her legal troubles and bad reputation on set. To be honest, I love JoJo Siwa. I think she knows exactly what she's doing to troll people. I also think she's just a kid and she should be given a break. She handles all the flack she gets pretty well. Also, just saying, this trend seems a whole lot like people who might feel like they spend too much time thinking about the lives of other people. Nobody knows for sure what will happen with celeb culture. This ignoring trend might just be temporary, or it could be a bigger sign that things are changing. As social media keeps evolving, the relationship between celebs and their fans will probably keep changing too. But thankfully for Kim and the other celebrities, the engagement has gone back to normal. The trend is also unlikely to work in the long term. When it comes to social media, engagement is engagement, whether it comes from sincere enjoyment or hate watching while gawking at how few likes a celebrity post got. Attention is attention, and the algorithms don't discriminate. When it comes to the trend of ignoring celebrities to affect their engagement, I really think people should just kind of focus on themselves more. They worked hard to get to where they are. I don't think that's going to change. When it comes to Kim, it seems like she's doing some really cool stuff with her law career. Kim has recently helped a woman get released from prison in New Jersey. Reports state that Dawn Jackson served 25 years in prison after she ended the life of a man who she claims was doing some pretty awful things. Kim has been fighting for Jackson's release since 2018 after she received letters about the case. After Kim received Jackson's letters, she was convinced to reach out to commute her 30-year sentence, allowing her to be free 5 years early. Dawn Jackson is set to be released from prison soon and will be on supervised parole until March 23, 2029. Kim Kardashian also helped Alice Marie Johnson get released from prison, and she continues to advocate for inmates in New Jersey and other places as well. She's really stepped up for people who are stuck in jail unfairly. She's put a ton of time and money into getting them out. She's not just about individual cases though, she's all about fixing the whole system, especially in places with a lot of people locked up. She talks to politicians, supports programs for people getting out of jail. She raises awareness about why people get wrongly convicted or crazy long sentences. Kim's a huge celebrity, so she gets people to listen and care. Looks like she's gonna be a big deal in fixing the justice system for a very long time. There were even rumors that she was gonna try to help the Menendez brothers, which is fabulous. The ignoring Kim trend definitely did get Kim a massive hit in her engagement, but she still hit numbers that were way more than a lot of people could dream of. JoJo, Kim, and Lizzo are all making some awesome wins at the moment. I don't know if you guys have seen Lizzo lately, but she is on a health journey and she is looking pretty amazing. So if you made, here's why Meghan Markle and Prince Harry are disliked by Americans.
I do not think Meghan Markle is going to be successful at getting Americans.
Prince Harry and Meghan Markle have lost favorability in the United States, and one royal expert believes she knows why. She said, I give a lot of talks to Americans and they all dislike Harry and Meghan.
2 or 3% of the population that loves the nonsense that Harry and Meghan spew. You don't have to worry about Americans being on their side.
Ingrid Seward, editor-in-chief of Majesty magazine and author of the royal biography My Mother and I, recently told The Standard, they hate that they let the Queen down, Seward added. Harry and Meghan abandoned their royal lives in the UK and moved to the US in 2020. They subsequently turned against Harry's relatives, including Queen Elizabeth II, who died at age 96 in September 2022.
A few moments ago, Buckingham Palace announced the death of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II.
By blasting the royals in their bombshell 2021 interview with Oprah.
They didn't want him to be a prince or a princess, not knowing what the gender would be.
As well as their Harry and Meghan Netflix docuseries and Harry's tell-all memoir, Spare.
It's really hard to look back on it now and go, what on earth happened?
The Duke of Sussex has since renounced his British residency and claimed America as his home and paperwork, as he remains estranged from the rest of his family. He and Meghan live in a plush $14 million mansion in Montecito, California with their son Archie and daughter Lilibet.
Meghan Markle has returned to her California roots, this time with her family in tow.
Another royal expert, podcast host Kinsey Schofield, told The Standard that Donald Trump's son Eric had the right idea when he previously said that Americans don't care about Harry. We lost interest in Harry and Meghan after realizing we'd given them way too much credit over the years, added Schofield. Meanwhile, Hollywood Hollywood publicist Jane Owen claimed that the Sussexes are definitely not doing well in LA's social scene. Quite frankly, they were given every opportunity to shine in Hollywood, said Owen. They had a huge deal at the top of a streaming network with a massive budget, an audience eager to listen and watch. They have done worse than nothing. They have actively destroyed the opportunities they were given. I've always said Hollywood could be compared to high school in terms of how people behave, and to use that analogy, they've become the most unpopular kids in school. Last year, Harry and Meghan lost their $20 million deal with Spotify after their company, Archwell Audio, produced a mere 12 podcasts during a 2.5-year span. Archetypes, which Meghan hosted and co-produced with Harry, focused on exploring the labels that hold women back. Harry and Meghan's clout has taken a hit over the past year, Stacey Jones, founder of LA marketing agency Hollywood Branded, told The Standard. Hollywood operates on trust that a project will deliver, a partnership will be beneficial, and that public perception will remain positive. Jones continued, losing the Spotify deal in 2023 lingered into 2024, and without a major win this year, they've struggled to regain their footing. However, access isn't the issue for Harry and Meghan. It's enthusiasm. They're not going to struggle to get a table at a top restaurant, and their presence will always generate buzz at events, but Hollywood's excitement about them has cooled compared to their early days.
Ellen has been accused of a lot of stuff, so let's see who's pointing the finger. These are celebrities who tried to warn us about Ellen DeGeneres. Brad Garrett. Days after the allegations from the workplace surfaced, Brad Garrett, actor of Everybody Loves Raymond, publicly called DeGeneres out on Twitter.
I can never do anything unkind ever now. I'm the be kind girl.
Stating that she was responsible for what went on behind the scenes while she was in charge. Garrett, who co-voiced Finding Nemo for Pixar alongside DeGeneres, asserted that the host's alleged cruel actions were common knowledge. Garrett tweeted, tagging DeGeneres, "Sorry, but it comes from the top," at The Ellen Show, in response to a Variety report about the dispute. No more than one who were treated horribly by her. Common knowledge. Between 2004 and 2007, Garrett made 6 appearances on The Ellen DeGeneres Show. It appears that Garrett has subsequently removed the disputed tweet. Leah Thompson. Brad Garrett was supported by actress Leah Thompson, who is most recognized for her role in the iconic film Back to the Future. Responding to a People magazine article about Garrett's tweet, Thompson kept her statement short and to the point. As she tweeted, "True story, it is." Mark Ruffalo. In October 2019, Ellen received criticism for her acquaintance with former President George W. Bush from Marvel actor Mark Ruffalo. Just a few days prior, Ellen, a Hollywood liberal, was seated next to the divisive former Republican president at an NFL game.
They thought, why is a gay Hollywood liberal sitting next to a conservative Republican president?
She responded to people politicizing her by speaking out on her talk show. "I'm friends with George Bush," Ellen declared. "I'm friends with a lot of people who don't share the same beliefs that I have. We're all different, and I think that we've forgotten that it's okay that we're all different." Mark Ruffalo retaliated on social media, saying that "we can't even begin to talk about kindness until Bush, the president who spearheaded the American invasion of Iraq in 2003, was held accountable for the crimes that were carried out as a result of the war." Ruffalo wrote on Twitter, "Sorry, until George W. Bush is brought to justice for the crimes of the Iraq War, including American-led torture, Iraqi passings and displacement, and the deep scars, emotional and otherwise, inflicted on our military that served his folly, we can't even begin to talk about kindness." Susan Sarandon. Those who disapproved of Ellen's association with George Bush, whose second term as president ended in 2009, also included Susan Sarandon. The Oscar-winning actress utilized Twitter to post a link to an article published by Out with the title "Ellen is friends with Bush, but he has no friend to LGBTQ+ people." The actor also tweeted a comment in which he claimed that by framing the issue as simply a matter of her hanging out with someone with different opinions, not a man repeatedly accused of being a criminal, DeGeneres was missing the point entirely. Caitlyn Jenner. When asked about same-sex marriage in 2015 during an appearance on Ellen DeGeneres' show, reality TV star and former California gubernatorial candidate Caitlyn Jenner sparked an uproar by responding, "At first, I was not for it."
At first, I was not for it. I mean, I thought, I'm a traditionalist.
In a subsequent appearance with Howard, Ellen accused transgender person Caitlyn Jenner of making judgments against gay people and marriage.
She still has a judgment about gay marriage.
Caitlyn claimed, "I got burnt by Ellen on marriage equality" during an interview with Bravo's Andy Cohen years later. She also mentioned that before the televised conversation, Ellen had invited her to discuss her changing opinions on marriage equality. "I kind of explained my progressions," said Caitlyn Jenner. But then all of a sudden, Ellen comes back and says, "Sounds like you're really not for it." I said, "No, I just said that I was for it, but it was a progression." When she kind of raised the stakes on Stewart Hearn, he said, "Yeah, I can't believe Caitlyn's not for marriage equality." Kathy Griffin. For years, Ellen and Kathy Griffin have been at odds over comedy. In her 2016 book, Kathy Griffin's Celebrity Run-Ins, My A to Z Index, Griffin discussed a number of celebrities, though she didn't specifically mention the talk show host. "I'm almost positive a certain beloved daytime talk show host once had me kicked out of a backstage dressing room at the Emmy Awards," Griffin wrote to Us Weekly. "I can't prove it, but this person who has short blonde hair has a mean streak that all of Hollywood knows about." Ellen called Griffin very mean in a 2007 interview with W Magazine, demonstrating the long-standing animosity between them. "I know she had a thing about wanting to be on the show. She did a whole thing that I banned her from the show," Ellen said. "I didn't ban her from the show because first you have to be on the show to be banned. And there's more." Griffin revealed to The Hollywood Reporter in 2016 that she got a nasty call from Ellen regarding her book Celebrity Run-Ins. Ellen was extremely upset, and I think she had a thought that she was going to, like, put me in my place or whatever, but as you know, I'm not shut upable, Kathy Griffin said. "We kind of got into it. I admire her and, you know, it was a difficult conversation. But hey, it came with the territory." Access Hollywood said in November 2016 that Kathy Griffin's strained relationship with Ellen resulted from her supposed conflict with the late Joan Rivers, who passed away in 2014. Griffin said, "In my very last dinner with Joan Rivers, we would always check in with each other and I'd be like, 'Where are you with Ellen?' And she'd be like, 'Ugh, still hates me.' And she'd go, 'Well, what about you?' And I'd say, 'Oh, I think she's mean.' The truth is, I guess I feel like I'm sticking up for a pal. There's so few female comics over 50, I wish we were better at supporting each other." Piers Morgan. When Ellen tweeted a happy birthday to chart-topping singer Katy Perry back in 2017, British TV personality Piers Morgan was not amused. "Happy birthday at Katy Perry. It's time to bring out the big balloons." In reference, Ellen wrote a line from her song Birthday. The talk show host posted a picture of herself admiring Katy Perry's chest, which incited criticism from some social media users. Piers then tweeted, "If a man made this joke, Ellen would lead the cries of sexist pig." Piers then joined the chorus of critics. In 2016, Piers Morgan took issue with Ellen once more as she showed off a picture of herself without shirt while giving a speech at the People's Choice Awards. Piers Morgan said, "I was disgusted," in his Daily Mail column. "In fact, I've never been so offended by anything in my entire life."